Hey everyone, Shaedow here, and welcome to another Marvel Contest of Champions video. So this is Act 6.1, and this will be quest number 3. So you can see the team that I've gone in here with, and I'm going to show you the path that I took that I believe is the easiest. It's the one that goes right up here to Old Man Logan. Now, I kind of made a mistake on this first fight here. I saw a mutant, I went in with Corvis, but I forgot to look at the global node. And we'll look at the global node on the next fight, but needless to say, it didn't really make much of a difference. And this particular quest is my favorite. 6.1.3 is my favorite out of all of the quests, and it is because of the global node. So we'll talk about that as soon as we move on and we have a look at the actual global node. Alright, so this fight, there's no extra node buffs that you have to worry about. Old Man Logan, pretty easy to fight. You just have to watch out for that heavy. I don't know how many times I got caught by that heavy. Just forget that it has a two-part. And so you run in after he does the first part and get clobbered by the second part. Hasn't happened for a while, but it's only a matter of time. It's gonna happen to me again. But in any case, not a problem here. I'm running suicides, just double edge, and you can see here I've already run out of my glaive charges. So that means he hits like a wet noodle right now. And because I'm running suicides, I don't want to fire off my special because then I'll take recoil damage. But because I am using double edge, I do have more damage than I normally would. So he's not as bad as he would be if you weren't running suicides at all, but still pretty bad. Alright, so I'm sitting here, I'm looking up at that cooldown, but I'm like, you know what? I don't know whether this Old Man Logan will survive as long as that countdown. So I'm like, okay, I can actually finish him off, but I backed off because I was like, no, I waited all this time, I'm going to fire off that special 3. I could have finished him off, but I wanted to finish him off with a special 3 for making me wait that long. Alright, so down goes Old Man Logan, and I want you to notice that Corvis has 100% of his health left. Alright, and that's actually a very important little detail, and I'm going to show you why that is. And I'll also make a recommendation for you guys. Alright, so you can see what the global node is here. Long distance relationship is what it's called, and we'll take another look at it once we actually get on the node as well. But what long distance relationship does is when you're close to the defender, you're going to get a weakness debuff every 3 seconds. And when you're further away, they'll start to drop off. So you might be thinking, well, why is that so good? Because a weakness means you're going to be dealing less damage. Well, it's a debuff, and if you have the willpower mastery, it's going to trigger that, and so you're going to be healing. That is my recommendation for you guys. When you do this chapter, make sure you have at least 1 point in willpower. Makes things so much easier. You can see where his health is at. Now, Corvis, because I'm running double edge, he's going to heal up at the start of the fight anyway because he doesn't take any bleed damage. So that triggers willpower. Then on top of that, you've got this weakness debuff every time you're close to him, and that deals no damage but triggers willpower. So that's why this chapter, or this quest, is my favorite. And you'll see me fight a little bit differently because of it. Only little, because when I want to really do some damage, like with Corvis, I'll look and see how many weakness debuffs I have on me, and then I might play keep away for a little bit to let them drop off, then fire off his special 2, just so that I'm doing as much damage as possible. Other than that, I don't really pay attention to the global node at all. It is lots of fun. Alright, so now we're going to be fighting this Deadpool. And I chose to go at him with Captain America Infinity War because I can petrify and actually reverse his healing. So since I know that's the red Deadpool's thing, I was like, I think Captain America Infinity War will be really good for that. And, of course, thanks to the global node, I'm still going to be healing because I tend to fight aggressively. And that's the other thing. You want to fight aggressively if you want to get that healing. So any high damage champions for these first few fights, they don't have any extra buffs on them. So these are wonderful fights. Okay, so you can see here, we're not having any problem with this Deadpool. Okay, just going in there, working up to a special 2. Boom, 29k crit. Not the best, but still enough to take down that Deadpool. All right, so now I'm going to keep on going off to the left here, and we're going to be fighting this Agent Venom. And again, there are no extra buffs you have to worry about. It's just the global nodes. And I don't like fighting this Agent Venom. Okay, Agent Venom is annoying because of his tenacity. He will shrug off, he has a chance to shrug off your debuffs. So a lot of times when I'm trying to parry, he'll shrug off the stun, but sometimes he won't. Alright, so I went in here with Starkey simply because of his special 1, which I still don't know how to evade completely. And as you can see there, I tried to hit him, he shrugged it off in time to block. Again, did the same thing. Sometimes I can be fast enough and get him, but most of the time I'm gonna have to wait for him to fire off his heavy. Alright, but other than that, see how I waited there a little bit? I wanted to wait to see if he was gonna shrug it off. And then you see there, I actually went for it, missed, but that baited out that special because the computer loves to counter you with specials. Alright, so you can see here I'm still trying to catch him. Alright, and now got that special 2 ready, and down he goes. Didn't lose a lot of health. Like I said, I love this this particular quest, and I might, when I'm going through here for exploration, I just might turn on full suicides. I'm not sure. I don't have full suicides on because I still have to do Alliance quest, and I didn't want to hurt the healing of my blade mainly. Other than that, I can run full suicides, and I have in the past. Alright, so next up we've got Crossbones. And this Crossbones is not the Crossbones boss that we will have to deal with later, and he was not fun. But this one, much, much easier. And again, not having to worry about anything much. Now, the thing with this Crossbones is when he has his Furies up, he has a chance to shrug off your debuffs. So he's a little bit like Agent Venom, but he doesn't shrug them off as often as Agent Venom does. Alright, so I'm fighting him pretty much the way that I would normally fight him in any case. See how he's shrugging those off? He shrugged off both my bleeds. Very annoying, but he had the Furies up. Alright, and so what you're trying to do is you're trying to pretty much just damage him down. Some of your debuffs will last, some of them won't. If he doesn't have any Furies up, that's the time you can really go ham on him if you want to. Alright, so you see here, he got more Furies, but my bleed stuck this time. So now he's bleeding. So that's pretty much what you want to do. Just keep hitting him when you parry him, kind of like Agent Venom. Don't just go right on in because he will parry and then he's waiting for you. I mean, he will shrug it off right after you parry, and he's waiting to attack you. He will attack you instantly. Alright, so not really much more to this fight. You know, Blade is a great option. I could have also taken him out with Corvis. My Starkey also could have taken him out. Not a big deal. I did not have Ghost Rider with me, so I didn't have Danger Sense against him. So he's just pretty much a nice bleeder. Don't ask me what happened there. Sometimes it just doesn't like to block for me. I don't know why. All right, so he's got that 1%, and he's down. I don't know about that 1%. I have a feeling that that 1% bug has been around for a while, and we just didn't know it because we didn't have the percentages. Once we had the percentages on, then we could actually see it. But it is annoying when you rely on that, and you're like, okay, I think I got him, and he's there at 1% and survives. All right, so now we're going to fight Kingpin. Of course, I went in here with Starkey. I love fighting Kingpin with Starkey. So right off the bat, he fires off a heavy. And I just had to punish the heavy. I had to, you know. But now I'm doing what I should have done and build up my poise charges. But if he presents that belly to me, boom, I'm going in. Love it. Okay, so now he has a special 1. So I'm going to bait out this special 1. All right, now because I have Starkey, I'm not really that bothered by Kingpin's special 2 either. Sometimes Starkey does not auto-evade it. So rather than have to deal with that, I'll just keep baiting out his special 1, but if I do push him to a special 2, not too bothered by it. Now, Kingpin also shrugs off your debuffs. See how he's shrugging them off and converting them. But I still was able to do a lot of damage, and we did push him to that special 2, but as you saw, it didn't really help him any. And I noticed a theme. Agent Venom can shrug off your debuffs. Crossbones, shrug off your debuffs. Kingpin, shrug off your debuffs. Now we're facing Rogue, who can basically shrug debuffs off faster. So there's a nice little theme going on here, all right? So I decided to go in here with Corvis. He's already got nice 3 missions, okay? So that's not a big deal. But I like using him because he's just a beast. And he's going to just chop her down. I mean, just look at this. Look at her health just melting away. All right. Now, because I max Stupefy out, I do have a little bit of extra time on my parries, on that stun. So even though she can shrug it off faster, I still have enough time to get an attack in. And again, sometimes it just stops blocking for me. It's all good. All right, so we got her with that special 2. It didn't kill her. I didn't think it would. But again, while you got that weakness on, you see how I'm healing up? That 122, that's from willpower. And he finishes the fight with 100% of his health, despite the fact that I used my special 2 and took recoil damage. I just absolutely love this quest. All right, so next up, we've got Ghost Rider. Now, of course, Ghost Rider is bleed immune, but that doesn't bother me at all. And I decided to go ahead and give Corvis a little rest. He deserved it. And I do need some more practice with my Captain America Infinity War. So I said, all right, let me go ahead and use him. He should be able to take him down without any problem, and I'll get a chance to, you know, practice a little bit. And pretty much my strategy when I'm using Captain America Infinity War is to build up to a special 2, try to fire off a heavy, which will give me a little bit of a boost. Right here, I'm parrying so that I could get those kinetic charges up. He has a max of 5 that he can have here. So that's what you see me doing. So one more parry and I'll have 5, well, almost 5 because it, you know, ran out there. Baited out his special 2. So now, boom, I got 5, heavy, bam. And it was lights out. So with 5 kinetic charges on me, I do a heavy, so I get that damage boost, and I go immediately into that special 2 so that it does crazy, insane damage. Now, earlier when I used to play around with Captain America Infinity War, I didn't realize that. So I knew that you had to do a heavy and then a special 2, but every time I would try to do a heavy and let it complete, it wouldn't work because I would miss them. So you have to do the first part of the heavy and immediately do the special 2. So now we're fighting Thing. And this is not going to be a tutorial on fighting Thing, but a couple of things to note. Look at that counter right there. That counter you want to pay attention to, because when he gets to 15, that is when he's going to go unstoppable, unblockable. So you see how I backed off here? Now you need to bait out a special 1. And watch that counter when he does fire his special 1 off. Alright? So I'm just baiting it out. I'm not going to do anything. You can hit into his block if you want to. Alright, so here you go. Now you see where the counter went? Gone. Took it all down, reset it. Now the other thing is that when you cause a bleed, he's bleed immune, but any attack that causes a bleed will take away one of those charges. So here again, I pushed him to 15. Now I got to bait out a special. Alright? His specials are pretty easy to evade, and that's pretty much what you want to do with Thing. If you don't get him to a special, and you see that he has like maybe 9 of his little charges there, right? Then what you want to do is keep hitting into his block until you push him to a special. Because if you don't, you are gonna get wrecked. Okay, so that's pretty much what you see me doing here. I had to learn how to use to fight Thing. You see there, I almost made a mistake, and you see what happened. I did make a mistake. Alright, so here we go. He's at 14. Alright, that parry caused a bleed, because you know Blade does a bleed on parry, and that's why he went back down. So now, we're at 15, baited out that, and we're reset. Alright, and then I fired off my special 2, and down he goes. Not the best fighting of Thing that you're going to see, but hopefully that'll help you when you have to deal with Thing. Alright, those are the things you want to bear in mind. So now, we are finally here at the final boss, and it's Ghost. This Ghost is easy. She was probably the easiest of any of them. If you watch my Alliance War videos, I had to fight a Ghost, and I told you there that Ghost, she is an awesome attacker, but she does not make a great defender. She's very easy to fight. This Ghost is no different. You saw all the buffs. The summary is she does more damage, and she does more damage over time. Okay? But she's still Ghost. Now, Corvis causes a armor break on his parry. When she is armor broken, she can't phase. So that's a little nice thing, but I'm not too worried about that in any case. If you know how to fight Ghost, her specials are very easy to evade, and that's pretty much it. You can bait out her special 1 or her special 2. If she phases like that, who cares? Just wait it out. And there we go. She's got a special 2 ready. Not worried about that either. See here? Wait for it. Boom. Go right on in and punish it. And that's pretty much it. Very, very easy fight. Alright, she got away from me there, but that's okay. She's only prolonging the inevitable. But she's going down. Anyway. And I just decided not to wait for her. And I hit into her block and took her out because Corvis is bad like that. But that's going to do it for this quest. 6.1.3 is done. So, click like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about this video. Hopefully you found it helpful. And you guys have a blessed day.